Excuse the sound of my fan. I live in Florida and I am not gonna turn it off. Okie dokie, everybody! Okay, so I'm gonna do a little challenge today. So basically, this is gonna be kind of fun. I asked some people on DeviantArt. I also asked on Twitter. I didn't get any submissions on Twitter, but whatever. To submit a description of a character, and I'm gonna try drawing them. As you can see, I kind of blocked out some of the information. That's because they actually said what character, and that's so fun. I want y'all to actually guess who we're talking about. So let's start off with this first one from Ultra Dynamic Stars. Thank you, Ultra Dynamic Stars. Thank you. The submission, we're gonna start with their... Okay, so this character is tall teenager with green eyes and brown hair. Her hair is styled into a long braid with a large pink ribbon. She has a long pink dress and a red jacket, along with brown boots, and has metal bracelets on her wrist. She also wears a flower necklace. So let's start by just kind of getting a very basic body down. Very, very basic. Actually, do we want to do a pose? Do we want to do a pose, guys? It might be more fun. Maybe make her a little spunky. Because I feel like I can go in a direction with this character that would be cute and kind of spunky. Do you salute? I think you salute with your... Do you salute with your left or your right hand? I know there is a hand you're supposed to salute with, but I don't remember which one it is. Right hand! Of course! Right is always right. So stupid. So foolish! I don't know. I don't know military. Because I don't know about y'all, but just having like a very basic, like just standing is not actually easier. I feel like it's actually kind of harder. Just kind of jotting it down. We can fix. And she's tall. She's a tall teenager. She's got them long legs. She's got them long legs. And then just kind of trying to figure out how to actually draw what I have in my head. That is always the trick, isn't it? Actually, I kind of want her leaning forward a little. But then she won't look tall. I want her to look... Nah, she can just be slouching. There we go. Yeah, this is like a little hand on the hip. Hand on the hip. That's a classic. Everyone... There, she's got some attitude. She's got some... It kind of just looks like she's looking at you like you're dumb. How do I haven't even gotten into the actual design of this character, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so like two fingers kind of go like this, and then you kind of have these fingers kind of doing like this. And then you kind of got the thumb over here. It's doing a thing. And we're gonna just do that for now as a placeholder as I work on the face, because we can always work on the face. If I get a good face, we're good. We're gonna have her wink. We're gonna give her some character, I think. We're gonna make her look real cute. Cause like, she may be tall, but deep down she's still a kid, you know? That's a sentence. I don't actually like that in hand. I'm gonna do something else. Let's see. I feel like she's got a floral thing going on. I'm gonna describe as kind of like maybe like cutesy cottagecore but punkish. She also has like the boots and the jacket, and I'm thinking pink prairie dress. Give her a little stubby eyebrows. No reason, I just like them. Get her nose in there. Default Bella face. Hey, Captain, that's what she says, I bet. Okay, yeah, this is gonna be a lot better now, I think, that we have a face. Give her a head. Yeah, she looks very youthful this way, doesn't she? That's actually no, she's gonna have a bit more of a nose bridge, I think. So says I. So says I. Recently I've been very into drawing cute characters with nose bridges because I have a prominent I got an aquiline. I got one of them aquiline noses. And no one makes very many cute character designs with the prominent nose bridges, which is a shame because I think I'm friggin' well, okay, maybe not me. But there are people with them that are friggin' adorable. It's not, you don't have to have a little button nose to be cute. You can, nah, I want her to be a little sassier. Give her, she's sweet, but she's sassy. I'm going off on weird. I've made a mistake. I've made a mistake. But at least it could be worse. It could be worse. It could be like, oh Bella, this whole time you were streaming. And you didn't have your audio on. We're not doing that again. We're not gonna do that again, I hope. Let's see, and then it's long braid. Give her some things. And this kind of idea is gonna, it's to emphasize the braid. We're gonna have it in the front, and we're just kind of gonna give her a little bit of volume here. I'm just gonna slowly chip away at this. Okay. Nah, I kind of like the wide stance. If you tall with a wide stance, then you're really tall. Not that wide. Not that wide! Not that wide! I don't know what I'm doing. I've apparently forgotten how to draw humans. Which is funny, because I literally drew a human earlier today. I've been drawing people. I've gosh darn been drawing people. All day! Not all day. No, I have not been nearly that productive. No, I was productive today. I went to the dentist today. I went to the dentist. And it hurt. The cleaning hurt because I don't floss enough, apparently. And I need to get my wisdom teeth removed. That's gonna be for another time because I have too much going on. I'll just suffer. You know when you just are like too busy to actually address like a medical problem, so you're just like, it's whatever. It's fine. I've been dealing with it this long. I don't know. Those legs are very long proportionally. I know I was doing a bit, but those are very long. Those are too long proportionally. That we need to fix that. Actually, we're scrapping everything from the head down, actually. And we're starting over, and everything is going to be fine. And we're going to give her a new pose, and it's going to be cool, and it's going to be great, and nothing ever goes wrong, ever, and in our stream, and I am very good at what I do, and yeah, and this is why I usually thumbnail. I usually have so many like little planning thumbnails when I go into a sketch like this, so I actually know what I'm doing. Like, I have an idea what I want to do, and even then, like, I'll fidget so much with the darn thing. Yeah, she kind of has a bit of trepidation. She's about to go on an adventure, but she's here to help you out. You're about to go on an adventure with this girl, but it's okay because she's plucky and she's tall, and she's going to help the basketball team win the championship with the power of flowers and friendship, and that's what's going to happen. I feel like the salute is a little more obvious this way. Make her head a bit bigger. Okay, let's just focus on some design elements, and then that will help us figure out what we're actually doing, I think. Okay, so she has a pink dress. I'm thinking I have an idea. I have an idea where this is going. Trust me. This is yeah. When I said like a cottagecore, I friggin' meant it, okay? I'm thinking like an old kind of like 80s style almost. Like my mom has a old pink floral dress from the 80s from when she was a kid. I'm kind of honestly thinking of that when I'm drawing this. Buttoned all the way down, but maybe has like a slit near her for her legs to show off how long they are, because she's very tall. As we've established, she's tall. I don't know what I want to do with this neckline. Yeah, let's keep it simple. I think I want to keep it simple. I think I was trying to overcomplicate it. And just have buttons. Oh, this is gonna be so bad. Oh, I feel it in my bones. I feel it in my bones. This is a bad idea, but I want to see what I'm doing. Okay. And then we're gonna give her... I want to give her like a leather jacket, because I think the contrast would be cool. Let me actually look up reference photos for that. Like a leather bomber jacket type deal. I'm looking very puffy. We're gonna deal with something very, very puffy. But I think we're gonna actually keep it kind of like maybe it's pushed up actually, because we need to see her bracelets. We need to be able to see her bracelets. So she has like just the most scrunched up, like, I'm not actually gonna make her play basketball. Just kind of like a generic arm out pose. Scrunch it to high heaven. Like, it's the most scrunched up thing. She has metal bracelets, so we're gonna give her kind of like a bangle thing. Just a basic hand. Very basic. And then, yeah, I want it to be so puffy, but also very, like, high-waisted. No, wait. Oh, maybe with, like, a little pocket? Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. This is just an we're gonna call this the idea phase? It's okay, and now it's called the idea phase because I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, now we're gonna go in and we're gonna maybe give her some cool patches. Like, kind of give the more of a well-worn feel. Like a little pins. Oh yeah. Okay, and now we're gonna go in the hair. long. They said long braid. And I'm gonna take them on their word for it that this is long. Because I have long hair. So my standards for long are long. My hair almost reaches my knees. Fun fact. So if you want to come at me with like saying something is long hair, it better be actually long. Okay? Okay, we're gatekeeping long hair today. That's what we're gonna do. This is actually kind of a cute outfit. I don't know what I'm doing, but it's kind of cute. Just gonna I don't like the idea of maybe she's sticking her feet out, actually. Because I feel like she's got some pizzazz going on. The anatomy here doesn't make sense, and it's not going to make sense. Oh, she's dancing, actually. She's dancing. I've changed my mind. This is not making any sense. Why am I like this? Why do I do things like, I'm gonna completely change friggin' pose? There. That's kind of cute. Yeah, and she has big old boots. She has big old boots. So we're gonna clean this up. Don't you worry. This is not gonna be what the final thing looks like. I friggin' hope not. If it is, I'm gonna cry. I'm actually gonna cry. Big old. I don't know what I'm doing. I think I want to do like big, huge, clunky boots. I want big boots. This is not looking like a foot. Okay. This looks a little better. Kind of oversized. I love a good oversized boot. For all my big feet girls. Hi. I am big foot girl. I'm gonna get a reference for this, I think. Yeah. Okay. You know, this is time we move on to the cleanups. Clean up. Actually, try and figure out what's happening here. Because I don't know. Do you know? I don't know. Actually, I have to make a new layer, dumbass. Okay, but she's kind of cute though. I like the face. Shocking no one, I like the face and nothing else. She's got a bit of a round nose. She's kind of got a bit of a cute little round nose. Maybe she's got some freckles. I bet she has freckles. I mean, she doesn't, but... Oh, and she has a flower necklace too. I'll do that later. Don't let me forget! Don't let me forget that she has a flower necklace. Okay, I'm actually going to draw the anatomy now that I know what's actually going on underneath it. More or less. At least what I want to be happening. Now that I know, knowing is half the battle, we can actually do something with this. Okay. Okay. This is gonna be fun. Don't have that many fingers. Okay, great, good. I am like actively like checking my hands right now. Yeah, I know anatomy, of course. The human hands? Very familiar. Whatever do you mean? Me? Not know? Yeah, right. I'm gonna move the arm a bit. Dang, girl, your arm is long. See, this is why I'm saying, like, doing a second pass on the anatomy was not a bad idea. Doesn't have to be perfect, but, you know, just something better. Curvaceous than I was going for, but okay. Again, the legs feel a little long. The legs feel a little long. I'm gonna drop down this waist a bit. gonna drop down her waist just a tad. Don't want to make her too curvaceous because she's still a young one, more or less. We still want her to have that youthful charm. And again, thwarted her hands. That's not a great hand, but it is a hand. Somehow I have made her body big compared to her head again. I'm not stressing about it right now. Maybe I am. Watch, like, this is like one of those things where it's like just from looking at it too long and it's gonna slowly get more ridiculously huge and it's actually proportioned and I'm just going insane. Or something like that. I don't know. Okay, so this is gonna be our base body layer. I'm gonna draw on top of that. I'm gonna give her a little bit of messy hair. Yeah. Actually, yeah, let's start with the outfit first, actually. Before we go in with the braid. So then it's... We're building up in layers. This guy. I'm gonna give it a little indication of a little bit of thickness. A little bit of thickness. And just gonna go make it look cute and baggy. Kind of puffy. Gonna go in. This is gonna be very messy when it's done, but it will get done, and that's what's important. And we kind of have, again, with the like uber, super scrunched vibe. Very scrunched. Just gonna go here, do the same thing, basically. Again, feel free, everyone, to guess any point who you think this character is supposed to be. Because I'm not gonna lie, the character this is supposed to be does not look like this. I'm not gonna lie. But I like my version. I think my version is cute. So, if you have any complaints, too bad. I think I like lost track of where the actual arm was. I think that's the problem there. And now we're just gonna go ahead and we're just gonna do a cute little zip. This is not at all like important or necessary. This was just something I felt like doing. Okay, now little patches. Baby little flower. This sleeve is giving me so much trouble, it's ridiculous. Okay, I keep saying I'm about to call it. I think this time I'm actually gonna just call it done. I think that's close enough. But, like, you get the idea of what I'm trying to do, and that's more than enough. I drew it on the old sketch. Now give me. Okay. Well, okay. I think that gets across the idea. I am so bad at this. So bad at this. I want to win, 'cause I'm so bad at this. Ugh. Okay. Why is it that I keep trying to fix? I'm like, okay, I just need to fix this one little thing, and it breaks everything. Okay. Okay. You're like, let me just fix this one thing, and then it will all make sense. Oh no, it doesn't make sense. I think the problem is just it's gonna be so scrunched up that it's like ridiculous. Can it do it? Can we scrunch it? We will scrunch like no one has scrunched before. Fuck it. Okay. Moving on. Just do a little seam here. And just kind of bending, so a little seam here. Fall away there. Should like this part, so I'm gonna keep it more or less the same. I'm not drawing Pokemon. I just did that as a cute kind of way to introduce the topic. Sorry, I was not paying attention to chat. I was fussing. And then I was fussing some more. And then I was fussing some more. There was a lot of fussing going on. Okay, and now we're just gonna go in and we're gonna just give you little bangles. Oh, the Disney princesses as trainers was so cool. I remember that. I remember that as a kid. That was neat. Yeah, I feel like back in the old DeviantArt days, there was a lot of like interesting concepts and like creativity in terms of like mashing things up. You saw like a lot more like alternative takes on Disney princesses or whatever franchise. I don't know if that's necessarily better than what it is. Well, right now, I'm not gonna lie, I still use DeviantArt, but I use it out of stubbornness more than anything. And the fact that like I've yet to find another website that does really the same thing DeviantArt does well. Like well enough for me to justify leaving, because it's like there are sites where you can post that are like mainly dedicated to socializing, where you can still post your art, and there are sites that are dedicated to posting art but aren't really necessarily great for socializing. But there's not really one that does both in the same way, like actually is great at facilitating a community around art, which is a shame, 'cause like I enjoy a little bit more of that community building aspect personally. Like I like talking to people about my art, you know, and but you don't get that on like ArtStation. It exists to an extent on Pixiv, but a lot of it I feel like is in Japanese, and I don't speak Japanese, so not very. In terms of like for English speaking, have a hard time. Like I've tried some other like sites that have been available as alternatives, and they just don't work great. There's always something wrong with them, and it's a shame, I think. Just my little rant. Just my little rant about the state of the online art community and why I refuse to leave DeviantArt until like an actual decent. Like I use Twitter more now, I think, because there's a bit of like art community on there, but it's not dedicated towards art. So you see a lot of other stuff. It's like that's not what I want. I don't want to interact with anything else. You know, like if any... Actually, it's a big bow, so I gotta make it a little bit bigger. Okay, now I'm gonna start kind of working on cleanup. Like actually making this look somewhat readable. see. This... Hopefully the next two will be a lot easier because they're not people. Not that this one isn't fun. I am actually kind of having some fun with this. I just didn't know what the heck I wanted to do for most of it. And so, not a lot of planning, really. Which can make things harder than they need to be. I don't think I'm gonna do a full-on cleaned up version for any of these today because that's gonna take a while. But I might revisit them and clean them up at some point. Okay, so I think we have a good starting base. Now for the actual fun part. The part that I actually like. Why is the font like... Oh, I don't care. We're just gonna fill this in. I'm doing this so I can do a clipping later. I can clip my layers to it. So, I only have to draw inside the lines once, is the goal. I hate doing that. I'm a messy person, obviously. If you can't tell from the rest of my art, I'm kind of messy. I think I had a very hard time, like, describing the actual challenge to people, because at first I was like, don't tell me who the character is. Or, like, pick something obscure though I won't know what it is, because I want to guess. But, everyone that submitted did tell me what the character was. So, I know. And I'll probably show, like, the side-by-side once it's done. But I just want to see if you can guess which character it is before I show you. And I think it'll be fun. Also, I think it's fun to just see how far off we can get from the original design. I think it could be fun. Reimagine things somewhat. Might be a little more obvious, I think, once I put in the colors, but we don't know. Because I think this is actually kind of a character that I was challenging myself to do a bit differently, because actually her actual design is very much up my alley. But I didn't want to just draw her from memory, because that would go against... that would kind of go against what I wanted for this challenge, where I wanted it to honestly come out different than the original. So I kind of decided to challenge myself somewhat to just really let my imagination fill out, like, how I would design this character based off of the description, instead of, like, thinking about the actual character. Which was honestly kind of part of the challenge. The part of the challenge for me is, like, you know, get the actual original character out of my head and just see what I do. Fun little design challenge. Wasn't really the original challenge I was going for, but honestly, you know, it's kind of fun. See what I come up with. Especially because, like, I'm not gonna lie, I filled in some... I added some details that were not in the original description, which probably makes it harder, but just because, like, I got an idea in my head, and I decided that I wanted to go with it. With however that would, you know, look with the idea I had. Let's see, kind of give her a bit of a peachy ruddy complexion, I think. Let's see. She has green eyes and brown hair. Try not to be too messy, because I kind of want to keep the actual layers to a minimum. I'm trying to keep this as simple as possible so it actually fits within a stream. Because I'm very bad about overcomplicating things. I actually have a speed paint that I should be ready to post pretty soon. And the original time before I cut it down was over 12 hours. And it was a chibi. It should not have taken me that long, but I kept futzing with things. I'm a futzer. I futz everything. I futz everything up! But, you know, it's like... Well, that one I went even crazier. I tried to teach myself how to use Blender for my last thing that I did that's going to be a speed paint very soon. I'm actually done editing it, so be on the lookout for that. I'm just waiting because I did it as part of a contest, so like it's not my original design, it's someone else's. It's like a draw this in your style contest. So I want to receive permission from the person to post a speed paint. Like, I just feel like it's a courtesy thing. But if I do, it should be up like tomorrow, and if not tomorrow, like later this week, because it's edited. It's ready to go. But yeah, it was actually, honestly, because the bit with Blender was not included. With the bit in Blender, it was probably like 13 hours. But just what was recorded was like, ooh, over 12.5 hours, which is a long time. And again, it should not have taken me that long to do a very simple draw this in your style chibi challenge. But I like to complicate things. I'm a complicated person who likes to complicate things. I should probably do other stuff before going into the hair like this. I was just kind of so focused up here on the face area. Let me actually bring some color into this face, actually, before I move on. Cute little freckles, I think. I think it livens things up a bit. To have a little bit of pigmentation. Ready up those knees. You know, also it's like, this is supposed to allegedly be a teenager, you know, teenagers don't have perfect skin. Okay, so her dress is pink. I'm gonna go for more of a warm pink. I think I'm gonna give her a white collar. Now what I'm gonna do, I think, is let me adjust that shade of pink actually a little bit before I continue. Oh no, it made her skin look bad. Let me actually adjust that actually. Oh, that's why. Because it also adjusted her skin. Oh. You know what? This shade is not so bad. Actually, well, I can futz with it. I can just... No! Okay. You know what? We're just gonna... Well... See, this is what I mean. Like, I tell myself, I'm not gonna futz. I'm not gonna futz. And then I futz. Every single time. Every single time. I have a problem. I have a futz and futz. See, that's a bit... Actually, is that worse? Yeah, we're just gonna stick with the original. Sometimes your first instinct is the best. Sometimes you're right the first time. I'm just gonna add little flowers. This was not mentioned in the description. It is not actually something on the original character. I'm just doing it because it's cute. Heck yeah. And then, let's see, oh, wait. Forgot the other collar. I'm a professional for sure. I know what I'm doing. That's for gosh darn sure. Now she's gonna have like a bright red dress. This is gonna be red. Usually I would not use such a bright red, but I'm using such a bright red for this. I think, yeah, that's good. Yeah, I like that. Okay, and so what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to go into a deeper red, I think. And then I'm going to go in deeper, less saturated, and I'm going to go and do these accent bits. Just to give it a little bit more pizzazz. You know, so not everything is so one color. And to kind of brighten things up, I'm going to have like a little pinky patch. A little button. Actually, I'm gonna make the button a different color. Yeah, a little white button. Maybe I'll give her a little green one. Just to add some variety. I think it's cute. Now I can go back into that hair color. Did it say what color the bow is supposed to be? Pink, yes, okay. Matches her dress. There we go. And then she's got brown boots. I'm gonna take a similar shade, at least start off with a similar shade of brown as her hair, just to keep things cohesive. Now I'm gonna darken things up. Darken up that inside tongue bit. You know what I could do? I could make her socks red. I could make her socks red. To bring a bit more, because, you know, it's a very bright color. A lot of... Bring it down, and then I can take this white, and I can make this bit of her boots white. Like it's fur or something. Oh, no, that actually doesn't work. Oh. I can also get them the white flowers. Yeah. Yeah! That way it matches her dress. I think so good. And now we're gonna go in with... She has metal bracelets. I'm gonna make them gold, I think. I'm gonna going for a warm vibe. I'm just gonna go ahead and just do a little basic shading. Just a little. Just a little bit. So it doesn't look so dull and lifeless. Very basic shading. Nothing fancy. Nothing fancy. Okay. I think this is pretty much... Oh, we can do a little bit on the eyes. We can do just a little bit. Because the blank eyes are kind of messing with me. So, we have my design. Pretty much wrapped up, pretty much done. This is what she looks like. Now we're gonna pull up the actual character. Ignore all my tabs. The character is supposed to be Aerith from Final Fantasy VII. Honestly, like, I didn't do too bad. I kind of actually got the vibe of this original Aerith. The boots are different. The hair is a bit different. But all in all, actually, I think I actually didn't do too bad. So, we have Aerith from... Why is my brush so small? It emphasizes how bad my handwriting is. Aerith from Final Fantasy VII. What? That's who the character is supposed to be. Again, it's very different, but it's actually not terrible. I don't think I was that far off in the grand scheme of things. So that's Aerith down. Let me put all of this into one little folder. Ah! I missed the name. Okay, so this is first character. She's done. Bask in the glory of my wonderful work. I know, I'm amazing. Okay, moving on to our next prompt. That's a little description. We have a young red squirrel, no clothes, with long fluffy ears and a large bushy tail, who is usually prancing around. So we just need to draw a little squirrel dude who's prancing around. I actually don't really know how to draw squirrels from memory, so I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm gonna do it. Because this is called a challenge. Because it is hard. I should actually look up what a squirrel looks like, actually. Never mind. Never mind! What do their legs look? Okay. Here's a red squirrel. So their heads kind of do with this. A thing. That looks less cute. That looks more demented. I should not do it from that angle. Okay. We live and we learn, people. We live and we learn. Let me see how their nose works again. Okay, and then kind of got a big nose. They kind of got a big nose. Then it goes into... It's not that big. It's not that. And then they got big old eyes. See, and he's usually prancing around, so I'm gonna have him... How do I make a squirrel emote? How indeed. Oh, that's terrifying! Why are squirrels cute in real life but scary when okay. Yeah, I think... Slender Man can... I guess. And then there... Yeah, I actually like that. Round now. More like this. More like shorter bunny ears, honestly. How do I indicate that a squirrel is having fun? I don't know. We simplify again. We just keep simplifying until it looks right, I guess. Or I'm just gonna go like... There we go. I got the squirrel to emote! Woo! We have squirrel emotion! Now to actually make this guy look like a squirrel. Can I maybe have him like a little bit of trepidation? Oh right, squirrels have hands. They have little hands. Squirrels are freaky looking now that I actually have to like look at them up close. I've never realized just how... It's like amazing those things that you just accept. Like, yeah, this looks a certain way. And then you like actually have to think about what does this look like? And then you like just have to actually stare. And you realize how horrifying the natural world is. It's like, oh, is that what humans look like? Oh god, that's what you know, that's what humans look like. That's the experience. And that's what I'm feeling right now. Trying to figure out how friggin' squirrel legs work. Okay, so it's kind of like, I need to change the back posture, I think is the problem. So I kind of want to do it with like a bit more in motion. And then they kind of got a bit of a... Actually, the leg would be kind of here, but then it's like a bit of a tish. They got a bit of a tish going on. Going into a little chicken leg. Got a little chicken leg thing going on. Which is actually kind of unsettling. I wish I didn't have to contemplate the knowledge that squirrels have chicken legs. But here we are. Contemplating the knowledge. Together. There. Now it looks like he's prancing. Bit more tush. Bit of roundness. Bit of... See, okay, so the back should arch a bit more. That's the problem. So I'm like, this is not right. Now it's kind of looking like a tiny kangaroo. Are squirrels just tiny kangaroos? Or are kangaroos just very large squirrels? That is the question. That is... Okay, so now he has a very bushy tail. So I should mention. He's gonna have a bush... Okay, what does their legs look like? Okay, they kind of got... that thing that dogs have. Where it kind of goes around. And then they got hands. Like, what? Who let the squirrels have hands? I want to talk. Or we pretend the other leg doesn't exist. No, that's... Cop out. Cop-Out City? That goes down lower. They got some hump. They got some humpage going on in the animal kingdom. Okay. And let me move this. And I'm gonna go with a very cartoony, because it says he has a very fluffy tail. And so we're gonna go with the most cartoony, fluffy tail I can possibly think of. The fluffiest tail known to mankind. Squirrel kind. Tufty ears. Oh, okay, he has tufty ears. So I should add some tufts. Because the ear's a little furrier. Yeah. Make this a little neater. This one it was much easier, actually. Because even though it's a creature I've never drawn before, at least it's not human. Humans are so complicated. Every time I think I've, like, gotten the hang drawing humans, I'm like, I've drawn humans so many times in so many different poses. I know, I am human. I've learned from natural observation. I've immersed myself in the human culture. I've assimilated. They can't even tell that I'm not one of them anymore. I'm basically one of them anyway. And yet I still can't draw them. That's a fluffy tail. Oh, sir, your tail is so fluffy. It's so fluffy. Where do you put all of that fluff? All that fluff inside your trunk. It's messy, but it's cute. Let's see, and I said it's like a little brown, a little red squirrel. It's a little red squirrel. Tiny, tiny squirrel. Fill it in with the gray. Fill it in. Ah, yes. 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 Okay, this is actually low-key kind of cute, though. I could absolutely clean this up and make this into, like, a design. I could. Not tonight, though. But I could. What are we, like, an hour and a half into this already, and we still have, like, one more design to go. Well, actually, that's actually not bad timing. Considering... But, you know, like, I don't wanna be harsh on my hands. I've been drawing a lot. I've been drawing a lot. I'm very smart. I'm also smart. I'm very smart and talented. I know. I'm gonna show it all. God, I'm stupid. Why am I so stupid? All of the time. All of the time. It's a curse. But at least I'm entertaining. At least my mommy says I am. My mommy says I am her favorite art YouTuber. I'm not her favorite YouTuber, but I am her favorite art YouTuber. Yes, she doesn't watch art YouTubers, but I am her favorite. So jot that down. My mommy thinks I'm cool. I'm gonna be a little. Well, actually no. What color are squirrel hands? Squirrel hands! Oh, they come in a variety of colors. Oh, they're so cute. I'm trying to make this come across as like naturalistically as possible because I'm assuming it's not actually bright red. Although he could be. Yeah. Building up. Gonna go with the multiply later. And I'm gonna say hello, see you later. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just saying words to kill time. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Gonna go in behind legs. These male legs were laid for walking, and that's just what they do. See, they probably were so made for climbing. These legs are made for skittering, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days, these legs are gonna skitter all over you. Ha! You know, I actually have a personal history, personal grudge with squirrel kind. So the year was 2020. My spring break, my senior year, turned out to not be a spring break. The pandemic had hit. Everything was going online. And I was taking... Oh gosh, how many AP classes was I... Let's see, I was taking AP Calc, AP Lit, AP European History. Was that it? I don't know why I feel like there was another one. Oh yes, and AP Capstone Research, that was the other one. So, like, I was taking a lot of AP classes that year. It was my senior year. And so, I had to deal with the wonders of taking AP tests online. And let me tell you, College Board did not know what it was doing. That site was buggy as heck. So, in the preparation, right, all of my teachers were like trying to like prepare us for the exams that were coming up. So I had to do like a lot of practice exams. I had to do a lot of essays, a lot of practice exams. And I kept having this problem, right, where like I had to do online school. And I had to do timed assignments. But my internet kept cutting out. And my mom brought like the internet cable like guy over multiple times. They couldn't figure out what was wrong. And it kept going out. And I was freaking out because I'm like, it's going to go out during one of my exams. And I'm going to fail high school because my internet shit. You know? And I was like freaking out. Turns out, eventually, while investigating, like the line, it's like this was like the, I don't know how many time we've had a guy come over to try and figure out what was wrong with our internet. They went and checked the cables, the internet cables, right? Turns out, some squirrels had made their home and their meal out of our internet cables. They had eaten the internet. The squirrels had eaten my homework. So anyway, they replaced the line and our internet went back to working, thankfully, right before my exams. But that was a very scary time, and it was entirely the squirrels' fault. And then on top of that, my first year on campus in college, I was going. There's a lot of squirrels on my campus. Okay, there's a lot of squirrels. Very very squirrel heavy campus. And these girls are bold. My first week, classes hadn't started yet. I was like moving into my dorm. I was like, let me go and explore the campus, because like I'm not familiar with it yet, you know. So I'm like, let me go explore the campus. And I'm walking around, and I must have gone on the squirrel's turf or something, because this squirrel, I kid you not, started like very aggressively chittering at me. And I'm like, okay, well, whatever. It's a squirrel, they're like that. A lot of them make that sound all the time, whatever. This squirrel, I shit you not, started chasing me. This squirrel chased me around like the common area. I think this is pretty much done. Of my school. With presumably murder on his mind. He was just following at me, going the whole time. It was very scary. It was very scary. I didn't know what to do. I've never gone into a fight with a squirrel before, but thankfully I escaped and I survived. Okay, so time for our final description. I don't have a screenshot of it because it is from my friend, and he sent it to me in a message, and I do not want to show his real face and name without his permission. So I'm just, and it was like 3 words, so I'm just gonna write what he... Actually, let me look up what this guy says. Nutkin. This is apparently Nutkin. Who is Nutkin? Okay, so apparently this is Nutkin. I think I kind of got them. I think it looks similar. Yeah. I mean, it's a squirrel. It's a squirrel. Okay, so anyway. So I'm just going to write down what my friend... Okay, so his exact words were fluffy and big. Fluffy and big. Part of me wants to be a smartass and draw fluffy, but nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna be a smartass though, and just draw a huge pile of fluff. I don't even need to sketch this. I don't. I'm gonna make it with a little gray pile of fluff. Maybe I should have shaped it. Oh well. It's just gonna be big. I don't actually like this brush for this. I'm gonna grab a different brush. I'm gonna dry this one. Yes. Okay, so my friend's exact words. Big and fluffy. This guy is going to be big, and he's going to be fluffy. Making it little ears. Yay! He's so big and fluffy. We're gonna give him little hands. Yeah. This is actually genuinely adorable. Do I want to give him an actual face? I'm debating. So on the one hand, I kind of actually like this cute, like, so free and fluffy you can't even see it, most of his features except for the eyes. Actually, let me do this on another layer, just in case it doesn't look great. But on the other hand, like, oh my goodness, it's so cute. This is so cute. I'm gonna give him little fluffs. Little fluffs. Little tufts of fluff. Little tufts of fluff. All around his face. He's so fluffy. I want to squish. I will squash. Very much. Yes. Again, I know what this character is supposed to be, and I'm actively not even... I kind of gave a hint with the actual colors. I will say that. I gave a bit of a hint with the colors. A little bit. Anyone rewatching this, like, after it's aired, tell me how well you did at guessing. I'm curious. Like, did you guess any of them? Did you guess none of them? Were you like, what the heck? Is this challenge? It's so strange. Why are you like this? No. Let a woman do what she wants. Let a woman do what she wants. My friend's gonna be like, this is not what I asked for. And I'm gonna be like, tough. And he's gonna accept this as a gift, whether he likes it or not. And I'm gonna force him to watch this. Oh, he's not even! I'm gonna force him to watch this video. I'm gonna hunt him down. And force him. I'm a very good friend. You all want to be friends with me. For sure. Now he looks a little more even. You're just gonna give him a little mouse. It's just a little mouse. As a treat. Then it like gives a little more direction for the fur. Meow 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 meow. No one wants to hear my singing. I'm aware of that. And I understand. Because I know I'm not good. But also like I won't stop. I can't stop. Can't stop. Won't stop. He's just a little bear. He's just a little bear. Oh my gosh. This might be the cutest thing I've ever created. Yeah, I think one thing is that this challenge is definitely great for forcing me out of my comfort zone. Because I definitely would not have just come up with this, I think, on my own. And that's the beauty of, I think, doing challenges. I might end up putting this guy on my Redbubble store. I might just have to. I mean, look at him. Bear to a good home. Just a dude. Just a guy. Just a little guy. Trying his best. Actually, let's give him a little wrench. Let's give him Widow eggs. Widow eggs for the big boy. Widow eggs for a big boy. I don't know how people put up with me. He's got a little purse. He's got little claws. He got a little purse and a little claws. But he's very big. In contrast to others, he is very big. Okay? This is legitimately one of the best things I've ever made. Anyway, he's supposed to be Totoro. He's supposed to be Totoro. I honestly went closer to the source image than honestly what was described, what was given to me. But oh, here it is. You know, given the description, I say it's not half bad. I say it's not half bad. I think that about wraps up this challenge. This was fun for me, personally. I love to do more challenges. So editing Boo here, just to show myself. Hello. I know I kind of joked about I should totally sell this design on Redbubble. I actually did for a while. This is like an edited version of an old stream. However, I actually have recently pivoted away from Redbubble because the margins on Redbubble are not very good. And also, I kind of just wanted to have a little more flexibility to, like, make stuff I wanted. So, check out my Etsy. It's Boofits Art as well. And, I have cute little buttons with the little gray bear design, as well as some other cute ones. Like this IT department. I love a good pun, you know that. Not to mention stickers. You can also check out stickers and keychains of my Jeff design. I actually have mouse pads as well that I'm going to be posting on here soon. I just need to take photos of them. I'm being lazy and procrastinating, but I've had them for a while. I also have some mugs with my recent crypto, the Super Dog design as well. So be on the lookout for that. Check out my Etsy. If you like the little gray bear, if you like any of my other art, your support is very much appreciated. Alright, I'm gonna get off my soapbox. Goodbye.